Hi, it's Kevin Bates here, and this is a bit of a follow-on from my intrinsic value post a while back, where I went off and looked at gold as a store of value and Bitcoin as a store of value, because something that people raise again and again is the terrible power consumption that Bitcoin requires in order for it to be produced. I knew that a lot of energy is used in producing gold as well, but what I didn't realize is that the gold industry is as horrific as the diamond industry. In fact, this gold wedding ring weighs 4 grams, it's 18 carats, so it's about 3 grams of gold, and I found out that it's likely that up to 7,000 kilos of rock and slurry were basically produced in the extraction of this gold. And what's more, gold extraction, not only does it involve poisonous chemicals such as cyanide or mercury, which get put into the environment because of it, there are lots of iron sulfides in the gold ores, and they produce sulfuric acid, which which is terrible to the environment and gets into the groundwater and can destroy whole ecosystems. Plus, the problem with gold mining, as I see it, is that in order to mine Bitcoin, you're buying energy, and yes, the energy industry is not great either, but and the gold industry, when a mine in the Amazon destroys the environment, the gold miners are not actually paying the cost of that environmental destruction. We all are. The regulation in reducing the toxicity of gold mining is patchy at best. So yes, having a coal-fired power station providing the energy to power Bitcoin mining is not great, but at least there is the potential in the future that we can move towards more sustainable energy sources such as solar or wind or tidal in order to power these mining rigs, whereas gold is inherently always going to be a messy industry. No matter how hard you try to keep it clean, when it comes to cost cutting, that's just what's going to happen. And it doesn't matter if Germany or America or Japan regulate that this has to be done cleanly. The fact is, if it's a poorer country, then there's going to be problems in enforcing that kind of cleanliness that the industry really requires for the good of our planet. So gold turned out to be a bit tricky because I couldn't find any figures anywhere exactly how much we have, how much is mined per year, what the exact energy costs are. It does look like the energy costs to the mining industry in gold are about half to a third what they are for Bitcoin, but as I said, they can keep that cost down because they're not paying the full environmental price of the damage that they're doing. So I did feel bad about the energy consumption of Bitcoin. You know, I have done for years, but when I look at the other alternative for a effectively decentralized store of value, although that's debatable given that most people don't actually own the gold that they on paper have access to, the fact is that Bitcoin does, to me, in hindsight, look like a much cleaner form of a store of value than gold, and it's something that I haven't really seen raised by any of the gold bugs before. They seem to conveniently sweep it under the carpet, but it's a fact. Gold mining is really detrimental to the environment, so we are destroying the planet in order to get our hands on a metal that has very limited utility compared to its price. Bye for now.